Hey guys, welcome to Academic Notebook, and thanks a lot to Academic Notebook's subscriber Dream Life to actually persuade me to make this vlog. Otherwise, I didn't have at this point of time in my mind to make this vlog. Uh, so the question was how I were able to clear IBPS PO 2018 and 2019 mains uh, while I was working full time. But I think the right question would be that why I was not able to make it to the merit list even after clearing the mains examination both the times. So first I will answer your question that how I were able to clear the examination mains examination in 2018 2019 while I was working full time as a software developer. But at the same time after that I'll tell you that why I was not able to make to the merit list and what I think one can do to make it to that place and can clear the exam. So before telling, like, I think there is no short answer for this I can give you from my end, because there are a lot of factors for me that why I am able to clear the examination both the times. If you look at my marks, those I think marks for both the times in 2018 and 2019, I have told you guys my marks and I shared my scorecard as well. I think I don't remember exactly, but from a fair idea, I can tell you that both the times in the mains examination, I scored around 26 in English, okay, and 16 in descriptive. Both the times 16 in descriptive, and I think 28 in English in 2018. And apart from that, in the GS also, I were able to score somewhere around 20. So if you calculate my marks of English, GS, and descriptive, there is a total of more than I think 60 marks. It sums up to more than 60 marks. Okay, then two sections are still remaining. That is DI and reasoning. So even if I and let me tell you first that uh, in 2018 my score was somewhere around 90. So and in 2019 it was somewhere around 82. Like both the times it was around 85, because I was able to score in DI and reasoning both the times around 10 marks, more than 10 marks, I think 11 or 12. So if you have heard me properly, you must have understood by now that I were able to clear the mains examination both the times because of my good score in English, more than average score in both descriptive and GS. And I was not able to clear the exam and I was not able to make it to the merit list both the times because of my low score in DI and in reasoning. If I could score more in both these subjects, I would have made it to the merit list, and uh, I were a probationary officer in PSU by now. So now the second thing is that why how I were able to may have this much of marks. So first thing first, how I were able to score very well in English in all these examinations, either it is prelims or mains. So why, the longest answer is going to be for this question only, because I did my graduation from graduation, that is BTech in mechanical branch, and that was completely in English medium. But I think my English for this exam, our English for this exam, and uh, our English of graduation, both of these things doesn't match, and we actually have to prepare for the English of bank because there is a lot of comprehension. There are parajumble questions, then there are error spotting, and many other things. But when we talk about comprehension and when we talk about parajumble, then our reading ability counts a lot, and my reading ability of English is actually good. I believe that I am good in English language itself. That's why I was able to get so much marks in English. And to make myself good, I remember uh, I used to watch a lot of English movies. I never believed in reading a lot of stuff. I never read books or novels, but I watched a lot of Hollywood movies. And apart from that, I while watching the movies, I was very keen to learn new words. Even if right now, if uh, suppose I recently watched this movie Tenet, and while watching this movie, I have actually jotted down 20 words whose meaning I didn't know. Uh, let's suppose you watch a movie of an army movie or a modern warfare movie, and even after watching the movie, you don't know the meaning of recon, or you don't know the meaning of maneuver, or so if you watch 2 3 army movies, these words become so common to you that, and if you just watch the movie and you haven't paid attention to the English words, then you haven't learned anything. But while watching the movie, I was continuously learning. So that is how I prepared in general for English, and apart from that, to improve my vocabulary, I uh, referred these two books. One is that Norman Lewis का एक book Made Easy, vocabulary Made Easy करके, and so that book I completed, and apart from that, 30 days to better vocabulary, book in green cover, that is also from Norman Lewis. So I read that book too. I read these two books for vocabulary. So right now, I think these things are not going to help you out about English, improving your English. What you can do, you can attempt maximum mocks of English. You can attempt maximum comprehensions, and practice a lot of parajumble questions. So I believe all these things, those I have done over the past so many years, you can do within 1 or 1.5 month. So if you want to improve your English score in mains examination, you will actually have to practice from mocks itself, or even from not mocks, then you will have to practice first. And I think basics are quite clear. Whosoever is going for a mains examination, they have already cleared prelims, so basics are clear for all of you, I believe. So that is about English, how I were able to score so many marks in English. Now coming to GS. So GS, there is a very small portion of static GS, which is also more from banking awareness and economic section. And वो बेसिक क्वेश्चंस के रेपो रेट क्या है, आरबीआई क्या है, अगर किसी ने एक दो बार भी एग्जाम दिया है, देन you must be well versed with the static GS. It must be taking 5 to 6 hours to revise the banking awareness and economic sections, static portion. It will only take that much time to you for revising that static portion. And I did the same. Both the times. I just revised the static portion, and apart from that, for current affairs, uh, current affairs, you have to give, I think, around 10 to 12 hours to current affairs, minimum 10 to 12 hours to current affairs. What I used to do, that before my mains examination, I used to take a printout. I don't have them handy right now. I used to take the printouts from Grade Up or Ada 247, जहाँ पे भी I could get a 6 months current affairs, important current affairs printouts. I used to take them, and I used to watch a lot of current affairs video. So like before 4 to 5 days of examination, I only focused on current affairs. Not So my complete focus was on GS. That's why I was able to score this much marks in GS. Uh, Before 3 to 4 days of examinations, I did a lot of current affairs. I revised them 2 3 times. So I devoted a lot of time. Sorry, I devoted a lot of time to current affair portion. Now coming to DI and reasoning, and the second question, that why I was not able to make it to the merit list. Uh, in 2018, I scored fairly well in mains examination, but I was still dependent upon my interview score. If I had an interview score of around 14, I could easily make it to the merit, but I could get only 10 marks in that interview. Sorry. So if you want to watch my that interview experience, I will drop the link in the description and the I button, so you can check in this I button my 2018 interview experience, in which I got around 10 marks out of only around 10 marks out of 20. So even after scoring like 15 marks, I think, no, not just 15, it was 17 or 18 marks above the cutoff, I believe. I exactly don't remember, but whatever marks I scored above cutoff, they were not enough to make me independent of my interview score. I was still dependent on my interview score. And my interview score was very poor that time. In mains it was average, not good, but average. I scored up very well above the cutoff, but not enough to be in that safe zone, even if I get low score in interview. And in 2019, I didn't practice DI and reasoning much. And how let me tell you first that how I used to prepare for mains. Before 10 days, I my all of you who are following me on this channel, they may know by now that my main goal is cracking CGL exam, which I am unable to do till now. Even though I crack, again it is going to be same as it is for IBPS Pure right now, that I will not be able, even if I make into the merit list of SSC CGL, I will get a post which I won't accept. So this time I'm thinking of giving it a last try in CGL 2020, that uh, maybe I'll give my best this time, and it is going to be my last attempt, I think. uh, I do have a lot of age, but still, if I don't clear it this time, later on it won't make sense for me to clear the CGL exam. So okay, I'm going off the track. Let me come back to the track. So why I was scoring so less? In 2018, I made a mistake. I did seven. I attempted 7 to 8 mocks of mains, IBPS PO mains. I attempted 7 to 8 mocks IBPS PO mains, and I was scoring fairly well in mocks. But the mocks which I chose, their level was of prelims, and I attempted mocks from test book of IBPS PO mains. I attempted those from test book, and in the exam, the DI and the reasoning which were asked, that was of very high level than what I prepared for. So in mains examination, DI and reasoning is very different from prelims DI and reasoning. Why? Because in prelims, this is a game of in prelims it is a game of timing and choosing the right questions, and in mains it is of how it is of difficult questions, that there will be difficult questions, and from those difficult questions also you will have to choose the right question. So in the means, difficulty level is very high, and in the prelims, difficulty level is low but time is less. So in the prelims it is a fight of speed, a lot of speed and choosing the right questions, and in the prelims it is a fight of speed and choosing the right questions, and in the means it is a game of how much you have practiced those difficult questions. So in the means you must be able to attempt the difficult questions. That is the thing there. So uh, I won't blame test series for my low score in mains in 2018, but still I believe that if I had chosen, or I had at that time a idea that I should try and do some tougher puzzles, I could clear in 2018 itself. But I couldn't then, and in 2019 I actually didn't prepare well. I only attempted 3 to 4 mocks, and I didn't care much about DI because I was scoring low in GS, so I was preparing for GS only, because I and how I used to prepare for GS, that suppose I'm a working aspirant and I'm going to office. So what I'll do while going to office, while traveling, I used to plug in the headphones and watch and listen to some current affairs video, whatever short breaks I was having during my office timing, like after lunch I have 10 to 15 minutes to spare, or maybe sometimes half hour to spare, and people are walking. So while doing that walking after the lunch, I used to scroll all the current affairs from those current affairs PDFs, those I had handy in my phone. So that is how it becomes very easy for you to prepare for current affairs and English. Even if you the current affair preparation of current affairs and English doesn't demand that much focus, doesn't demand from you to have a pen and paper and sit down on a table and then practicing those questions. But what it demands, it just demands your time, even if you devote that time passively. So I think the video is becoming too long. I should have made in Hindi. Okay, so that how that is why I were able to score good in current affairs and English, and descriptive is something which I am good at, I think, because I have been giving the descriptive exam of from SSC also. So it is well prepared from there as well. Okay, and now you know, but what one need to do, one need to set a target score very much higher than the mains cutoff if you want to become independent of your interview score, because interview can go in any direction. Second time my interview was good. I was able to score 13 marks in interview, but at that time my mains score was I think too low to make it to the merit list. So in mains it is not enough to score well in just 2 or 3 subjects. Either you will have to score well in all the subjects, at least have an average score in all the subjects, or you will have to score extremely good in 2 or 3 subjects. Okay. uh, like if you are scoring good in just in English, that is not enough. You will have to score good in English and GS both, a fairly very high score, or you will have to score at least score fairly high in 2 subjects and average in 2 subjects. But looking at the competition, even I think maybe that is also not enough. That will not be that is also not going to be enough. So that is how the things are. um, okay guys, so I think I have given most of the insight, and if you still have any doubt about my preparation, you can. And this time, if you must be having a lot of questions that either about me, so this time I'm not appearing in mains, I believe, because IBPS का तो prelims ही नहीं दिया और SBI का prelims दिया जो may be clear नहीं होगा. So that is the thing. All the best to all of you, and thanks to you to make me this video. Okay, bye bye.